Hi everyone, so for the story we are going to be treating today, I've already cut the base and also the handle as usual. So we're just going to dive into the main work, okay? So I've already cut the base and you can see it's like ace otogede, or let's say a normal round plate otogede. Can you see the joining there? It has SS. So each step, the second step is quite longer than the first steps, okay, the first step rather. So I'm just going to take the measurement now so you all see what I have there. So it's unfold, so unfold there. So I have like 12 inches. That means when you open it up, the first measurement for the first step is 24 inches. Okay, so I'm going to take the measurement of the next one now. So the next one is this now. Next one is 14 inches. That's like 28 inches. So I just added plus 4 to the first one. That is 24. The next one is 28. The next one here now is 32. That is 16 inches. That is 32. Okay. So the next one is 40. Okay. Next one is 40. And the last one that I have here is this. And you can see it's a bit longer. Because we need that last one to be long so as to form the fan plates at the sides there. Okay, so here I have 58. Okay, so we need that one to be longer. That's why I cut 58 for the last step there. So I've already joined it together, and I believe you all know how to do that, to have the SS at both sides like that. So you're just going to fold it into two to locate the middle, so that the middle of your frame align together with the middle of your base and the dummy. Okay, and that is exactly what I'm doing here. So I've pinned it all the way down. Okay, I don't want to waste our time doing all that, so I just pin it all the way down. So I'm just going to pin now. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is start forming the pleats. Okay, so the pleat is going to be like ace. Okay, you just have it at the back of your mind that you are doing ace. Okay, just normal way we fix our ace. That's same we are going to be doing this one. See, the side is 1 inch, but as I've taken it to the middle, is the width of your plate is now getting wider. Okay, and that's how to go about the ace design. Okay, and for this particular style, you start from the very beginning. Okay, after the first step being joined to the base, you start from the very beginning and continue like that. All right, guys, can you see I've done that now, and this is what I have. So if it's ace, you just go ahead and fix the fan, place the fan for the two sides, and you are good to go. But for the sake of this style, I'm not going to be doing that now. You can see I'm trying to spread it out. I'm trying to spread the arc out there. So then once you spread it out, locate the middle and fold it all the way down. Okay, make sure it is well arranged. Make sure it is well arranged, and you can see I'm just trying to fold all the way. Just press it down like that. You press it down like that. Can you see? I was just trying to arrange here. Make sure you arrange it very well before you press down. Then here I use my needle to hold it down, because my pin is not strong enough to hold down the plate, so I use my needle to hold it down like that with the help of my plier. Then after that, you now arrange this one. Make sure you pull it back up, pull it back up. Do the same thing for the other side too. So basically just watch what I'm doing. I need I remind you, I'm making use of four pieces of ashoke to form this style. Okay, so if you want it bigger than this, you can use 5, you can use 6, it depends on what you want. And you can as well use 5, only that you can as well use 3 rather, only that the style will not really come out well unlike you using 4. Okay, so 4 pieces of ashoke, that is half bundle, is advisable for this style to really come out fine. Okay, and you can use any type of ashoke. You can use your normal regular ashoke, you can use context, you can use loom, you can use any type of ashoke. But trying this with sego, I've not really tried it with sego, but I think sego too should work fine for it. Okay, so I'm just trying to arrange this edge here. I'm trying to arrange the edge, trying to arrange so that I can have enough at the middle here to pull up. Okay, just arrange the size so that you can have enough to pull up, because you need enough space at the upper part here. Okay, so just look at the way I'm folding this. Just look at the way I'm folding it. Then this other one comes like that. So the style is quite easy. It's quite easy. Once you have enough space from your ace design, then you should be able to achieve this. Just look at the way I'm folding it. Can you see? Can you see what I have there? Then I'll bring the other one on top of it like that. So that's just it, guys. So I'll just bring the other one on top of it like that. I'll use my pin to hold it in place. So I know my gurus in the house will already know what to do from here. You already know how to tack, do everything and all that once you achieve this middle part. But for the sake of us that are still trying, so I'm going to go into the details on how to tack. Okay, give us hints on how to tack it and all that. But basically, this is how to achieve the style. Can you see? So you just go ahead, pleat the fan at the sides, just normal way you place fan for your A's. Okay, just pleat the fan at the side there, and you're good to go. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing closely in case you don't know how to form the fan plate at the side. So just go ahead like that. So at the end of this video, I just realized that okay, it's better you increase the length of your measurement. Okay, the first one can still maintain the 24 inches, but it's better you increase the instead of having +4 like that at the beginning, it's better you have +6 inches, because at the side here I was just trying to manage the fabric so it doesn't really cover up at the sides here, but I just look for a way to arrange and close everything up. Okay, so for better what's it called for better achievement, okay, in case you are dealing with ashoke that frays a lot, like all those crown text and the likes, so just increase it. When you have 24, the next one should be 30 instead of 28, then the next one should be 36, like that. So make sure the last step is like plus 12 inches, because you need that last part to form the fan plate. And as you can see here, that is what I'm using to form the fan plate, so it has to be longer enough to form the fan plate at the side. If not, you will not be having fan at all. Then that means you are forming another style entirely. Okay, well, you might achieve another style with that, but for this particular style, I think that is what you need to go. So I'm just trying to arrange here, give it a nice, a nice shape and all that. So having done that, I'll just use my clip to hold it down, trying to arrange the middle also. So at this point I think I'm good to go, but I just want to give it a perfect look like that. So the edge too, I'm just trying to arrange, just giving it a nice finishing. So I just bring that up to, I use a pin to hold it, but even if you don't want to pin that side, you can as well leave it like that, and you are good to go. And let me just chip this in, don't use a soft ashoke. If you are using a soft ashoke, you might not achieve this style very, might not really come out well. Okay, everything will just be squeezed up. You need a type of ashoke that is not too soft and not too hard. I hope you understand what I mean. So just, can you see, this is the style. So I'm just going to go ahead now and start tacking. So I'm just going to start the tacking now. So I'm starting my tacking from the second plate. Okay, you take it from the back, then you start into all the pleats, making sure that it's coming out from underneath the base. Okay, under the base, because we want to tack everything together. Okay, for some of us that already know how to tack, you might want to skip this part, but I'm just doing this, I'm showing this for those of us that are still new to the business of autogele, that you really want to know how the tacking is being done. So just watch this part carefully, and by the grace of God you are going to get it. Okay, so can you see, coming out from the back also, then I just insert from the back and make sure that it comes out from the middle of the pleats. That way I'm going to pass it to the next point. Okay, so it's as easy as that. Okay, so just follow what I'm doing closely. I don't want to skip any parts, so you'll be able to get the tacking. Okay, I don't want to skip any part, but the tacking is very easy. So, and like I always say on all my training, there's no particular rule of tacking. Okay, once you create the style, just tack in a neat way. Make sure that threads are not showing all over the place. Make sure you tack, make sure your tacking is very nice, because your finishing goes a long way. Okay, your finishing goes a long way. So you don't want to have a beautiful style but you have threads all over the place. At the end of the day, that means your style is not beautiful. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing closely. So I'm making sure that my my needle is coming out from the back. Okay, and the reason for that is that if it's coming out from the front of your plate, it's going to be pressing that particular plate down, and it's going to be very obvious that you tack at that point, and we don't want that to happen at all. That is why you notice that whenever I'm inserting from the front, I'm making sure that it's coming out from the back. Make sure it's coming out from the back. So from the back, you just, you insert into the next point. So there's no particular point. Okay, just make sure that the distance between the previous point you tack and the next one is not too much, so as to hold your gele together. So when I get to this middle, I'm going to insert it up, and don't forget to always remove your pin when you're tacking. That is very important. So I'm just inserting up here just to tack it down like that. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Just watch what I'm doing closely. I'll just insert it like that. Just use it to pick that one, then I take it all the way back. Okay, so I'm trying to remove the pins I used to hold it there. Okay, so I'm inserting all the way down, so that way I've hold the middle, because that middle is very important. That middle is what gives us that style, the effect that we have there. So you need to tack it down just to hold it in place like that. Okay, so moving on to the other side. So I'm going to be fast forwarding this side, okay, because I'm going to be tacking it exactly the same way I tagged the first side. Okay, that is the left side. I'm going to tack the right hand side exactly the same way. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward this a little, so till I get to the edge to fix the handle. Alright, so now I've tacked everything together. What is left now is to fix the handle. So this is how I fix my handle, and the measurement I use for my handle is always 16 inches. I got it 2 times because I remember I didn't show that part at the beginning of the video, so that's why I just made mention of it now. So this is how I wrap it around it. Okay, just wrap it around it like that and start tacking. Okay, so take it in like that, pull it very tight, take it back up. So make sure you are pulling very tight. Pulling tightly is very important. Okay, so I'll just continue tacking like that, making sure I'm pulling very tight, and take it all the way back. And I think at this point I need my plier to pull out. Okay, so just tack it, just tack. And if you don't know how to do this method, you can use your own method. Okay, it doesn't really matter, just fix the handle nicely. It doesn't really matter, it's not compulsory you follow my own method. Okay, so just fix your handle in a neat way. So I'm going to be cutting off that, and this is how I finish up my tacking anyway. So that's why I say there's no particular rule of tacking, just use your own method if this one is a bit confusing, okay? But I am used to this method. I'm confident with it. So just tack, finish it off like that, and cut it off. So I'm going to do that for this other side too, and also stitch it, and I'll come back to show you the next thing to do. Okay, so back to this middle, remember we use pin to hold the middle, so you need to remove the pin. Can you see the way it is? So you need to remove the pin, arrange it very well, bring it back together and tack. So this is how I'm going to tack it. I'm going to tack in such a way that when I finish tacking, where I end my tacking will not be obvious, okay? So that's just the logic behind it. You don't want it to be so obvious that, okay, this is where you tag this one together and all that. So just tack in a neat way like that. See, just tie it together tightly. So once you are satisfied with what you have, yeah, I was just trying to arrange and adjust and all that. Okay, we're done. So I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine now to fix the handle. Okay, that is what is left for us to just finish up the handle. So look at this side too. Yeah, I remember that this side was opening like that, so I'm just like, okay, let me just cover it up. Let me just cover it up just to bring the two together. Okay, can you see my hand? So I'm going to tack it together at the back because I want to close that gap between the two, so the two will now become one instead of you just having it like that. Okay, so this one I'm doing now is optional. Once you've tagged the edge, okay, um you are good to go. But I just feel like, oh, I don't like the way that place is opening like that. Okay, so I just try to just close it up by tacking, by joining it together, so it doesn't really matter. So I think here now we are good to go. So I've just finished up the handle and I'll come back to show you the finished look. Okay, so this is the finished look. Thank you all for watching.